Ladies and gentlemen, imagine for a moment that your greatest battle, the most formidable challenge, lies not outside but within. It's not the opinions of others or the external obstacles that shape your destiny. It's the struggle between the self you've been and the self you are called to become. This journey is you against you. In the silence of your mind, every thought you hold shapes a pattern, every feeling, a future. Life, in its entirety, is a mirror reflecting your innermost beliefs back at you. When you change these inner assumptions, you set a new course for your life. Your outer circumstances will begin to conform to this inner shift, but it demands unwavering persistence. For it is not enough to imagine once the act of creation requires a devotion to embodying your vision consistently. To create change, you must feel as if your desired life is already here. Feeling is the secret key. You must taste, touch, hear, and experience your goal in imagination until it feels real. This is no mere trick of the mind, it is the language by which reality responds. As you embrace this vision, you'll find that a part of you may resist. This resistance, born from years of conditioning and limitation, will argue for the old self, insisting on the constraints of the past. This is the you that must be transcended. You must silence this voice and persist in the assumption of your higher self, your greater purpose. The process is simple, but simplicity often demands the most dedication. Daily embody the feeling of the self who has already won, who lives the life of your dreams. Let go of the old man, as the scriptures say, and rise into the truth of who you choose to be. Remember, the world will respond to your imagination, but you must first trust it, believe in it, and persist in it. The battle is you against you, and it is a battle worth winning. The concept of the inner self as the true reality speaks to the idea that everything we experience in life, our successes, relationships, challenges, and even our sense of fulfillment, is rooted not in the external, but in the realm within. This inner world, often dismissed as mere thought or fantasy, is in fact the very foundation of everything that manifests outwardly. What we experience as reality is a projection of the beliefs, assumptions, and feelings we hold deep within us. Thus, the inner self, the one we often overlook or suppress, is not just a part of us, it is the source of our existence, dictating the shape of our external lives. When we look around us, it's easy to assume that the external world has an objective nature, independent of us. Yet, as we begin to understand and explore consciousness, it becomes clear that this external world is, in many ways, a reflection of our inner states. Our beliefs, particularly those about ourselves and the world, act like a lens that filters our perception. Through this lens, we interpret experiences, react to others, and ultimately shape our own destiny. Each interaction, every success or setback, is a consequence of our inner world meeting the outer. This means that if we wish to change our lives, we must first examine and transform what lies within us, for it is our inner reality that gives life to everything we encounter. To understand the power of the inner self, it helps to recognize the role of imagination and belief. What we hold in our imagination has the power to influence the events that unfold around us. For instance, if a person believes deeply in their own worth, radiating confidence and positivity, they're likely to attract people, opportunities, and experiences that reflect this self-perception. This is because the inner self functions as a magnet, drawing to it what it deeply feels to be true. Conversely, if one holds limiting beliefs such as unworthiness or fear, the outer world will reflect these states back, presenting obstacles and limitations that seem insurmountable. The inner self isn't merely a set of fleeting thoughts or shallow daydreams, it is a creative force that shapes what we call reality. When we experience doubt, fear, or inadequacy within, we are in essence setting the stage for corresponding experiences outside of us. This understanding gives rise to a profound realization: by consciously choosing and sustaining empowering inner beliefs, we actively mold our lives. The practice of assuming the feeling of the desired outcome, of seeing oneself as already possessing what one seeks, taps into this inner self and draws out our latent potential. Through imagination, we bridge the gap between the intangible and the tangible. The power of the inner self is such that it can override past conditioning and present limitations. When we choose to align ourselves internally with our desired state, focusing deeply on it until it becomes our natural state of mind, the outer world must eventually conform. This is not a simple shift, it's a process of shedding the old beliefs that no longer serve us, allowing our true nature to emerge unencumbered. By letting go of doubt, fear, and limiting self-perceptions, we create space for our higher self, the truest version of who we are, to flourish. The inner self is the reality that shapes all others. It has the potential to transform the external world by aligning with higher possibilities and consciously rejecting limiting beliefs. When we choose to honor our inner self as the primary reality, we reclaim our power. Instead of living passively, reacting to external circumstances, we become the architects of our lives, shaping reality from within. The idea that assumption shapes experience is rooted in the belief that what we assume to be true in our minds will inevitably reflect itself in the outer world. Our assumptions are powerful creators, for they establish the framework through which we view and interact with reality. In many ways, the assumptions we hold become self-fulfilling prophecies, guiding our perceptions, reactions, and ultimately the outcomes of our lives. When we assume something to be true, we subconsciously begin to live in alignment with that truth, even if it has no basis in physical reality yet. By consistently embodying a belief or expectation, we set in motion events and responses that will bring this assumed reality into manifestation. Assumptions are more than just thoughts, they're deeply held beliefs that color everything we see. For instance, someone who assumes that the world is a hostile place may find themselves encountering conflict or disappointment more often than not. Because they hold this assumption so firmly, they unconsciously seek out situations and interactions that validate this worldview. It's as if the mind is constantly looking for proof to reinforce what it already believes. Conversely, someone who assumes that life is full of opportunities will notice doors opening, chances arising, and people eager to collaborate with them. Their assumption draws these experiences toward them like a magnet, creating a reality in which opportunities are abundant. The power of assumption lies in its influence over our behaviors, thoughts, and even the energy we project. When we assume a positive outcome, we naturally exude confidence, optimism, and resilience. These qualities, in turn, attract favorable circumstances and people who respond positively to this energy. A person who assumes they are worthy of love and respect, for example, carries themselves differently. They interact with others with a sense of ease and authenticity, which invites reciprocal respect and appreciation from others. In contrast, if one assumes they are unworthy or bound to fail, they may sabotage opportunities or push people away, thus creating a reality that aligns with their low expectations. Our assumptions also shape the way we respond to challenges. Someone who assumes they are capable of overcoming difficulties will face obstacles with determination and ingenuity. They see setbacks as temporary and use them as opportunities for growth. On the other hand, a person who assumes that they are unlucky or doomed to fail might view the same challenges as confirmation of their perceived limitations. Rather than persisting, they may give up, reinforcing the belief that they aren't capable of success. In this way, our assumptions don't just influence our experiences, they also shape our character and our resilience. Even more profound is how assumption influences what we believe is possible. When we assume that certain goals are within reach, our minds begin to align with that reality, often leading us to actions we might not otherwise take. For instance, if someone assumes they can achieve a particular career goal, they may take the necessary steps, seek out mentors, and learn new skills that bring this outcome closer. This unwavering belief in possibility propels them forward, even when the path is unclear. The same assumption instills patience and trust in the unfolding process, knowing that every action is aligned with the end they've already accepted as true. Assumptions act as a kind of mental programming, subtly guiding every choice and experience. By choosing empowering assumptions, we step into a version of reality that reflects those beliefs. We begin to live out the truth of what we have assumed, finding evidence of it in our interactions, achievements, and relationships. In this way, assumption shapes experience, proving again and again that what we hold to be true within ourselves becomes true in the world around us. The path to transforming life then lies in the deliberate choice of empowering, expansive assumptions that lead us into a greater, more fulfilling reality. Feeling as a creative power emphasizes the profound impact that our emotional states have on our ability to manifest our desires and shape our realities. Feelings are not just fleeting emotions, they are powerful forces that connect our inner world with the outer one. When we truly understand this connection, we realize that our feelings can either empower us or limit us, depending on the nature of those feelings and how we choose to direct them. At the core of this concept lies the understanding that feeling embodies a vibrational energy. When we experience strong emotions, we resonate with a particular frequency, and this frequency sends out signals to the universe. Just as a radio transmitter broadcasts a signal, our feelings create waves that attract similar energies. Therefore, when we want to manifest something in our lives, be it love, success, or fulfillment, we must not only envision it but also align our emotional state with that vision. For instance, if someone desires to achieve a specific goal, simply thinking about it isn't enough. They must immerse themselves in the feeling of already having achieved that goal. This means experiencing the joy, excitement, and gratitude that come with realizing that desire. When we engage with these feelings, we strengthen our connection to that desired outcome, thereby increasing the likelihood of its manifestation. It's as if our emotions serve as the glue that binds our intentions to reality, allowing us to move beyond mere thoughts and into a state of being that attracts what we seek. When we dwell in negative feelings such as fear, doubt, or insecurity, we unintentionally create a barrier between ourselves and our desires. These negative emotions emit a low vibrational frequency that repels the very things we want to attract. For example, if someone constantly feels unworthy of success, they may unconsciously sabotage opportunities that arise, fearing they will fail or that they do not deserve the good that comes their way. This disconnect between their desires and their feelings creates a cycle of frustration and unfulfillment. Understanding feelings as a creative power also calls for a conscious effort to cultivate emotional awareness. It's essential to recognize and acknowledge our feelings without judgment. This awareness enables us to identify which emotions support our goals and which ones hinder them. By developing a practice of mindfulness, we can learn to shift our emotional state intentionally. Techniques such as visualization, affirmation, and gratitude exercises help in elevating our emotional frequencies, aligning them with our aspirations. Feelings play a crucial role in overcoming challenges. When faced with adversity, tapping into a positive emotional state can help reframe our experiences. Instead of succumbing to despair or defeat, we can choose to focus on the lessons learned and the opportunities for growth. This shift in feeling allows us to navigate obstacles with resilience and creativity, transforming setbacks into stepping stones toward our desired outcomes. The practice of embodying feelings also extends beyond the self. Our emotions are contagious. They influence those around us, shaping our relationships and interactions. When we project positive emotions, we create a ripple effect that encourages others to resonate with similar feelings. This communal aspect of feeling amplifies the creative power we hold, as collective positive energy can lead to extraordinary manifestations in both personal and shared experiences. Feeling as a creative power teaches us that our emotional states are not just passive responses but active forces that shape our reality. By cultivating positive, empowering feelings and aligning them with our desires, we harness the ability to create the lives we envision. This understanding invites us to take responsibility for our emotional landscape, recognizing that our feelings are the catalysts for the realities we wish to manifest. Through the intentional cultivation of our emotional experiences, we unlock the door to a world rich with possibility and fulfillment, allowing us to create a reality that mirrors our highest aspirations. The assertion that consciousness is the only reality invites us to explore the profound nature of existence itself. In a world filled with distractions and competing narratives, it becomes crucial to recognize that our consciousness, the awareness of our thoughts, feelings, and perceptions, serves as the foundation upon which our reality is built. While the physical world appears concrete and tangible, it is ultimately shaped and defined by our individual and collective consciousness. This realization underscores the power we hold to shape our experiences and create our realities through our inner awareness. At the heart of this concept lies the understanding that all external experiences are reflections of our internal state. Our perceptions of the world are filtered through our beliefs, assumptions, and emotions, creating a subjective experience unique to each individual. For example, two people may encounter the same event, yet their interpretations and feelings about that event can differ drastically based on their internal conditioning. This divergence reveals how consciousness colors our experience, demonstrating that reality is not a fixed entity, but rather a fluid construct shaped by the lens through which we view it. When we acknowledge consciousness as the primary reality, we begin to understand the significance of our thoughts and beliefs. Every thought we entertain carries a vibrational frequency that resonates within our consciousness. Positive, empowering thoughts elevate our state of being, attracting experiences that align with those elevated frequencies. Conversely, negative thoughts anchor us in lower vibrational states, drawing experiences that reinforce feelings of limitation or despair. Thus, the reality we experience is a direct manifestation of our conscious choices and the state of our minds. This understanding invites us to take ownership of our consciousness and recognize it as a creative force. By intentionally directing our thoughts and feelings toward what we desire, we can reshape our experiences. This requires a shift in mindset, moving from a passive acceptance of our circumstances to an active engagement with our consciousness. We must cultivate self-awareness, consistently monitoring our thoughts and beliefs, and actively choosing those that serve our highest good. Practices such as meditation, visualization, and affirmations can help in aligning our consciousness with our desired outcomes, fostering a reality that reflects our intentions. The notion that consciousness is the only reality also invites us to consider the interconnectedness of all beings. As we recognize that our individual consciousness contributes to the collective consciousness, we become aware of the ripple effects of our thoughts and emotions on others. And this awareness fosters a sense of responsibility. When we cultivate positive states of consciousness, we not only elevate our own experiences but also contribute to a more harmonious collective reality. By embracing this interconnectedness, we can begin to see ourselves not as isolated beings but as integral parts of a greater whole, influencing and shaping the collective experience. The idea that consciousness is the only reality emphasizes the potential for transformation. In recognizing that our outer circumstances do not define us, we empower ourselves to create change from within. Regardless of the challenges we face, we can choose to shift our perspective and engage with our consciousness in ways that foster resilience and growth. By embracing our inherent power to reshape our reality through consciousness, we become active participants in our lives rather than passive observers. The recognition that consciousness is the only reality challenges us to deepen our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. It empowers us to take control of our experiences, affirming that our inner landscape shapes our outer reality. By cultivating an awareness of our thoughts, beliefs, and emotions, we harness the creative power of consciousness, allowing us to manifest the lives we truly desire. As we navigate the complexities of life, this understanding serves as a guiding light, reminding us that our true essence lies in our consciousness, and through it, we hold the key to shaping our reality. The concept of the imaginal act centers around the profound power of imagination as a means of creating reality. It posits that our imagination is not merely a tool for fantasy or daydreaming, but a potent force capable of shaping our lives and experiences. This perspective challenges the traditional view of imagination as a passive, idle faculty, instead presenting it as an active participant in the manifestation process. Through the imaginal act, we harness the creative potential of our minds, allowing us to transform our desires into tangible realities. At its core, the imaginal act involves vividly envisioning and experiencing a desired outcome as if it has already been realized. This process requires engaging all our senses to create a rich, immersive experience in our minds. By imagining ourselves in the scenario we wish to manifest, we generate the feelings, sensations, and emotions associated with that experience. This emotional engagement is crucial. It activates the vibrational frequency aligned with our desire, signaling to the universe that we are ready to receive what we seek. Consider someone who aspires to achieve a particular career milestone. Instead of merely wishing for success, they can engage in the imaginal act by vividly picturing themselves in that successful position. They might imagine the sights, sounds, and feelings of their new role, the excitement of receiving praise from colleagues, the sense of accomplishment, or the satisfaction of overcoming challenges. This immersive experience creates a powerful internal state that aligns with their desire, sending a clear message to the universe about what they wish to manifest. The imaginal act transcends mere visualization. It taps into the essence of belief. As we immerse ourselves in the experience of our desires, we begin to embody the belief that they are not only possible but inevitable. This shift in belief is transformative. It alters our perception of what we can achieve and influences our actions accordingly. When we engage in the imaginal act with conviction, we foster a mindset that opens us to opportunities and possibilities that we might have previously dismissed. One of the most significant aspects of the imaginal act is its ability to bypass the constraints of our current circumstances, Often we may find ourselves limited by what we perceive as reality, our past experiences, current challenges, or societal expectations. However, the imaginal act allows us to transcend these limitations. By vividly imagining a desired reality, we can break free from the constraints of our present situation. This practice encourages us to think beyond our current reality, fostering a sense of possibility and inviting new experiences into our lives. The imaginal act also plays a crucial role in cultivating resilience and perseverance. When faced with setbacks or obstacles, engaging in this creative process allows us to reconnect with our vision and purpose. By revisiting the feelings and experiences associated with our desires, we can draw strength and motivation from our imagination. This connection to our desired outcomes reinforces our determination to pursue our goals, even in the face of adversity. The imaginal act can influence not only our personal lives but also our relationships and interactions with others. When we imagine positive scenarios such as harmonious interactions or successful collaborations, we begin to project that energy into our relationships. This can lead to a shift in dynamics as our assumptions and beliefs about others influence how they respond to us. By envisioning the best possible outcomes, we create a ripple effect that enhances our connections and fosters positivity in our interactions. The imaginal act serves as a bridge between our inner desires and the outer world. By engaging our imagination with intention and emotional resonance, we can actively shape our reality. This practice empowers us to break free from limitations, cultivate resilience, and foster positive relationships. The power of the imaginal act lies in its ability to transform our internal landscape, allowing us to align our thoughts and feelings with our deepest aspirations. Through this transformative process, we can manifest the lives we truly desire, turning our visions into reality through the creative force of our imagination. The concept of persistence of the desired self emphasizes the importance of unwavering commitment to embodying the identity we wish to achieve. In the journey of self-creation and manifestation, this persistence serves as a guiding principle, urging us to maintain focus on our ideal self, regardless of external circumstances or challenges. By consistently aligning our thoughts, beliefs, and actions with the essence of the person we aspire to be, we set the stage for profound transformation in our lives. At the heart of this idea is the understanding that our identity is not fixed, rather, it is fluid and can be reshaped by the thoughts and beliefs we choose to embrace. Often we find ourselves caught in the narratives of who we have been or what we believe ourselves to be. These narratives, shaped by past experiences, societal expectations, and self-imposed limitations, can create a sense of inertia that keeps us from stepping into the fullness of our desired selves. However, through persistent effort and intention, we can rewrite these narratives and redefine our identity. To embody the desired self, we must first clarify what that self looks like and what qualities it embodies. This requires deep introspection and a willingness to envision ourselves in a new light. What does the ideal version of ourselves think, feel, and do? How do they interact with the world? By painting a vivid picture of our desired self, we create a roadmap for our transformation. This visualization is essential, as it allows us to identify the specific traits and behaviors we need to cultivate in order to align with our aspirations. Once we have a clear vision, the next step is to practice persistence in embodying that identity. This involves consistently engaging in thoughts and actions that reflect our desired self, even when external circumstances challenge us. For instance, if our ideal self is confident and assertive, we must actively practice confidence in our daily interactions. This might mean speaking up in meetings, taking risks, or pursuing opportunities that push us outside of our comfort zones. The key is to persistently act as if we are already the person we wish to become, reinforcing the belief that this identity is not only attainable but also inherent to who we truly are. As we engage in this process, we may encounter resistance, doubt, fear, or the temptation to revert to old habits. This resistance is natural, as our minds often cling to familiar patterns and identities. It is crucial to recognize that persistence is not about avoiding discomfort, it is about moving through it. By acknowledging our fears and doubts but choosing to act in alignment with our desired self, we create a powerful contrast between our old self and the new self we are cultivating. Over time, this contrast serves to weaken the grip of our limiting beliefs, allowing our new identity to take root. Persistence in embodying the desired self cultivates resilience. The journey towards self-realization is not linear. It is filled with ups and downs, successes and setbacks. However, by remaining committed to our vision, we develop the capacity to navigate challenges with grace. Each setback becomes a lesson, each failure an opportunity for growth. This resilient mindset reinforces our identity as the person we aspire to be, allowing us to bounce back stronger and more determined. The impact of persistent engagement with our desired self extends beyond our personal lives. As we embody this identity, we influence the dynamics of our relationships and the opportunities that come our way. Our newfound confidence and alignment with our aspirations often attract like-minded individuals in favorable circumstances, creating a positive feedback loop that further reinforces our desired self. The persistence of the desired self calls us to embrace the journey of self-creation with dedication and unwavering belief. By consistently aligning our thoughts, feelings, and actions with our vision, we unlock the potential for profound transformation. This practice empowers us to transcend limitations and redefine our identity, allowing us to step into the fullness of who we truly are. Through persistent engagement with our desired self, we become the architects of our reality, manifesting lives that resonate with our highest aspirations. Overcoming old stories is a transformative journey that involves recognizing and rewriting the narratives we hold about ourselves and our experiences. These stories, often rooted in past events, societal conditioning, and limiting beliefs, shape our identity and influence our actions. They can serve as both a lens through which we view the world and a cage that confines us, preventing us from fully realizing our potential. By consciously engaging with these narratives, we can break free from their constraints and create new stories that empower us. The first step in overcoming old stories is identifying them. Many of us carry narratives that we have internalized over time, often without conscious awareness. These might include beliefs such as "I am not good enough," "I always fail," or "I don't deserve happiness." These thoughts can stem from early experiences, criticism from others, or even societal expectations that dictate what we should be or how we should live. To begin this process, it's essential to cultivate self-awareness. Journaling, reflection, and mindfulness practices can help illuminate these limiting beliefs, bringing them to the forefront of our consciousness. Once we've identified our old stories, the next step is to challenge them. This involves questioning the validity of these narratives and examining the evidence that supports or contradicts them. Are these beliefs based on objective truths, or are they merely perceptions shaped by past experiences? For instance, if someone believes they are destined to fail in every endeavor, they must reflect on instances where they have succeeded or made progress, no matter how small. By actively seeking evidence that contradicts the old story, we begin to dismantle its hold on our identity. Rewriting our stories also requires a shift in perspective. Instead of viewing ourselves as victims of our circumstances or as defined by our past, we can adopt a more empowering narrative. This might involve reframing failures as opportunities for growth, viewing challenges as stepping stones to success, or embracing the idea that we are always evolving. By consciously choosing to tell ourselves a new story, we can reshape our self-image and open ourselves up to new possibilities. This process of reframing not only changes our inner dialogue, but also impacts how we interact with the world around us. Another vital aspect of overcoming old stories is embracing vulnerability. Acknowledging the emotions and fears tied to these narratives is essential for healing and transformation. Often we cling to old stories as a form of protection, fearing the uncertainty that comes with change. However, embracing vulnerability allows us to confront our fears and step outside our comfort zones. It is through this courageous exploration that we can discover our true selves and redefine our stories. Surrounding ourselves with supportive communities or seeking professional guidance can further facilitate this process, providing encouragement as we navigate the complexities of change. As we work to overcome old stories, persistence is key. The journey of rewriting our narratives is not linear. It requires patience and commitment. There will be moments of doubt and setbacks, but each step forward, no matter how small, brings us closer to our desired outcome. Practicing self-compassion during this process is crucial, as it allows us to acknowledge our struggles without judgment and encourages us to keep moving forward. The act of overcoming old stories is a powerful reclamation of agency. By consciously choosing to rewrite our narratives, we assert our right to define ourselves and our lives. This process fosters a greater sense of empowerment, encouraging us to pursue our goals and dreams with renewed vigor. As we embrace new stories, we create a life that reflects our true potential, liberated from the limitations of our past. This journey of transformation allows us to cultivate resilience, embrace our authenticity, and manifest a future that resonates with our deepest aspirations. By overcoming old stories, we step into a reality where we are not bound by past limitations but are free to create a narrative that inspires and uplifts us. The notion that self-concept creates circumstances is a powerful idea that underscores the profound influence our beliefs about ourselves have on our external reality. Self-concept encompasses the beliefs, perceptions, and feelings we hold about who we are, including our abilities, worthiness, and potential. These internal narratives shape not only how we see ourselves but also how we interact with the world around us, ultimately determining the circumstances we attract into our lives. Understanding this dynamic empowers us to take control of our experiences and create the reality we desire. At the core of this concept is the recognition that our self-concept acts as a lens through which we interpret our experiences. When we view ourselves positively, believing in our capabilities, deservingness, and potential for success, we naturally approach situations with confidence and optimism. This mindset opens doors, allowing us to seize opportunities and engage with the world in a way that aligns with our aspirations. Conversely, if we harbor a negative self-concept, believing ourselves to be unworthy or incapable, we may unconsciously limit our actions and interactions, thus constraining the circumstances that arise in our lives. This creates a self-fulfilling prophecy, where our beliefs about ourselves directly influence the outcomes we experience. The self-concept also plays a critical role in shaping our expectations. When we possess a positive self-image, we tend to expect positive outcomes in our endeavors. This expectation fuels our motivation and resilience, encouraging us to take risks and pursue our goals with enthusiasm. For example, an individual who sees themselves as a competent and valuable team member is more likely to contribute ideas and assert themselves in group settings, thereby enhancing their chances of success. In contrast, someone who believes they will fail or that their contributions are insignificant may hesitate to engage, missing out on valuable opportunities and reinforcing their negative self-perception. Our self-concept influences the way we respond to challenges and setbacks. A person with a strong, positive self-image is more likely to view obstacles as temporary hurdles rather than insurmountable barriers. They approach difficulties with a problem-solving mindset, viewing failures as opportunities for growth and learning. This resilience allows them to navigate challenges more effectively, ultimately leading to more favorable outcomes. On the other hand, individuals with a negative self-concept may succumb to feelings of defeat when faced with adversity, which can hinder their ability to rebound and pursue their goals. The impact of self-concept extends beyond individual experiences. It shapes our relationships and interactions with others. Our beliefs about ourselves often dictate how we engage with those around us. When we see ourselves as worthy and deserving of respect, we are more likely to establish healthy boundaries and cultivate positive relationships. This creates an environment in which we attract supportive and affirming connections. Conversely, a negative self-concept can lead to toxic relationships or a tendency to tolerate mistreatment, as we may not feel deserving of better treatment. The quality of our relationships, in turn, influences our overall sense of well-being and fulfillment. To change the circumstances in our lives, we must actively work on reshaping our self-concept. This requires self-reflection and a willingness to challenge and rewrite limiting beliefs. Engaging in practices such as affirmations, visualization, and mindfulness can help us cultivate a more positive self-image. By consistently affirming our worthiness, capabilities, and potential, we gradually rewire our self-perception. Surrounding ourselves with positive influences, be it supportive friends, mentors, or uplifting literature, can further reinforce this new self-concept, helping us to internalize these empowering beliefs. The idea that self-concept creates circumstances highlights the profound interplay between our inner world and external reality. By understanding that our beliefs and perceptions shape our experiences, we gain the power to transform our lives. This realization encourages us to take an active role in cultivating a positive self-image, which in turn attracts circumstances that reflect our true potential. Through this process, we can move beyond the limitations of our past and step into a reality that aligns with our highest aspirations, creating a life that resonates with our authentic selves. The concept of living in the end emphasizes the importance of embodying the feeling of having already achieved our desires rather than merely hoping for them in the future. This approach encourages individuals to adopt a mindset that aligns with their aspirations, effectively bridging the gap between their current reality and the life they wish to create. By fully immersing ourselves in the experience of our desires as if they have already manifested, we tap into the creative power of our consciousness, allowing us to influence our external circumstances. Living in the end begins with a clear vision of what we want to achieve or experience. This involves not only identifying our goals, but also deeply understanding the emotions and sensations associated with their fulfillment. For instance, if someone desires to manifest a loving relationship, they should envision how they would feel when that relationship is a reality, experiencing joy, security, and companionship. By vividly imagining these feelings, we create a powerful emotional state that aligns with our desired outcome. This emotional engagement is crucial, as it activates the vibrational frequency that corresponds to the reality we wish to experience. The process of living in the end requires us to shift our focus from the current lack of our desires to the fulfillment of those desires. This shift is essential for overcoming limiting beliefs and self-doubt that may arise when pursuing our goals. By consciously choosing to dwell in the feeling of having already achieved what we desire, we reinforce the belief that our dreams are not only possible but also within our reach. This mental and emotional alignment fosters a sense of confidence and certainty, which in turn influences our actions and decisions in a positive way. As we practice living in the end, we begin to notice changes in our external circumstances. The energy we emit through our thoughts and feelings creates a magnetic pull, attracting experiences and opportunities that resonate with our desired state of being. For example, someone who embodies the feeling of financial abundance is likely to attract opportunities for growth, new connections, and unexpected sources of income. This phenomenon reinforces the idea that our internal world shapes our external reality, highlighting the importance of maintaining a positive and empowered mindset. Living in the end also invites us to cultivate resilience in the face of challenges. When we encounter obstacles or setbacks, it is easy to become discouraged and revert to old thought patterns. However, by staying committed to the feeling of having achieved our desires, we develop the ability to navigate difficulties with grace and determination. This resilience comes from the understanding that our reality is malleable and can be influenced by our thoughts and emotions. Rather than allowing temporary setbacks to define our journey, we can view them as stepping stones toward our ultimate goals. This practice encourages us to take inspired action that aligns with our desired outcomes. Living in the end does not imply passivity. Instead, it requires us to be proactive in pursuing our goals while remaining anchored in the emotional experience of their fulfillment. When we take action from this empowered state, our efforts are infused with a sense of purpose and determination, making it more likely that we will achieve the outcomes we seek. This alignment between our inner state and outer actions creates a powerful synergy that propels us towards success. Living in the end is a transformative approach that empowers individuals to manifest their desires by embodying the feelings associated with their fulfillment. By cultivating a mindset that aligns with our aspirations, we influence our external circumstances and create a reality that resonates with our true selves. This practice encourages self-awareness, resilience, and inspired action, all of which are essential components of the manifestation process. As we embrace the power of living in the end, we open ourselves up to a world of possibilities, paving the way for a life that reflects our deepest dreams and desires. Through this commitment to embodying our desired state, we step into our power as creators of our reality, forging a path toward a fulfilling and meaningful existence. The battle of self-belief is a profound internal struggle that many individuals face as they navigate the complexities of life. It encompasses the challenges of reconciling our aspirations, desires, and potential with the limiting beliefs and doubts that often plague our minds. This internal conflict can hinder our progress, stifle our creativity, and prevent us from realizing our true potential. Understanding this battle is crucial for personal growth, as it highlights the importance of cultivating a strong sense of self-belief to overcome obstacles and achieve our goals. At the heart of the battle of self-belief is the recognition that our beliefs shape our reality. The narratives we hold about ourselves dictate how we perceive our capabilities and influence our actions. For instance, if we believe that we are not smart enough, talented enough, or worthy enough to achieve our dreams, we may subconsciously sabotage our efforts or shy away from pursuing opportunities. This negative self-talk can create a vicious cycle of doubt and fear, reinforcing our limiting beliefs and trapping us in a state of inertia. The first step in overcoming this battle is to become aware of these limiting beliefs. Many people carry unexamined assumptions about themselves, often stemming from past experiences, societal conditioning, or the opinions of others. Recognizing these beliefs is essential for breaking free from their grip. Journaling, self-reflection, and seeking feedback from trusted individuals can help illuminate the hidden narratives that shape our self-perception. By bringing these beliefs into consciousness, we can begin to challenge their validity and understand their impact on our lives. Once we identify our limiting beliefs, the next phase involves actively reframing them. This process requires us to question the accuracy of these beliefs and to seek evidence that contradicts them. For example, if someone believes they are not good enough to pursue a certain career, they can reflect on their past achievements, strengths, and skills that demonstrate their competence. By consciously focusing on positive attributes and accomplishments, we can create a new narrative that empowers us rather than holds us back. Cultivating self-belief also involves embracing vulnerability and recognizing that it is okay to feel uncertain or fearful. Many individuals equate self-belief with unwavering confidence, but this is a misconception. True self-belief acknowledges the presence of doubts while choosing to act in alignment with one's goals despite those fears. This resilience allows us to move forward even when faced with challenges. Embracing vulnerability enables us to take risks, learn from failures, and grow in the process. Each step taken in the face of uncertainty reinforces our belief in ourselves and builds a foundation for future success. Surrounding ourselves with positive influences can significantly impact our self-belief. The people we engage with, the content we consume, and the environments we inhabit all contribute to our internal dialogue. Seeking out supportive relationships, inspirational literature, or motivational content can help nurture a positive self-image. Engaging with individuals who uplift and encourage us fosters an environment where self-belief can flourish. Conversely, distancing ourselves from toxic relationships or negative influences can create space for growth and empowerment. Practicing self-compassion is another vital aspect of winning the battle of self-belief. It's essential to treat ourselves with kindness and understanding, especially during moments of self-doubt. Acknowledging that everyone experiences challenges and setbacks can alleviate the pressure we put on ourselves. By cultivating a compassionate inner dialogue, we can replace self-criticism with encouragement, allowing ourselves to embrace imperfections and view them as opportunities for growth rather than indicators of failure. The battle of self-belief is an ongoing journey that requires dedication and perseverance. As we confront our limiting beliefs, reframe our narratives, and cultivate resilience, we empower ourselves to pursue our dreams with greater confidence and determination. This transformative process opens doors to new possibilities and enriches our lives in ways we may have once thought unattainable. By fostering a strong sense of self-belief, we not only enhance our personal growth but also inspire those around us to embark on their own journeys of self-discovery and empowerment. Through this battle, we learn that the true source of our potential lies within, waiting to be unleashed through the power of belief.